Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Fall of Exile. We are playing in the hardcore solo self-found Legacy League. We're playing a Flameblast Elementalist. And let's actually socket some of these league stones because I forgot on the previous take. So we will get a Rampage, we will get Essence, and we will get a extra Spirit for the first part of Kaom's Dream. Second part, we're gonna get some different stones. It's level 55 area. I recently hit 56 while doing a warm-up run in the Dried Lake. So we got a slight level advantage. But I suspect the next level is going to be one level higher. That's going to work out in the end. We are of course still playing with the self-imposed restriction of only using magical items. Despite not having the hidden potential jewel that will give us a massive amount of damage for our troubles. But I like challenges. So far the build is doing pretty fine. We have to be a little bit more careful because we'll have less health and resistances and energy shield and things like that than a build normally would have. But, well. Challenges are fun. Let's have a look here. Shared boom. Not really gonna help them if they are dead. Also, nice doggy. Nice doggy. Okay, there is the essence that we were getting from the league stone. Okay, rared, another elemental reflect, so that's gonna be alright. Elemental reflects are scary. This is not either, so that's good. Is it on fire yet? No, it's not. It's been resisting my efforts to set it on fire. And then it's gone. After a while coming back to this build, it definitely feels odd to me because this is not one of my usual tanky characters. Definitely just takes a little bit of getting used to. But, well, it is nice to just do that. We came from there and then down here and then up there again. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So, let's see. Or down there. Down is rarely the right way to go here. It's always up. This is probably an alternative path. So then the way forward is actually going to be up there. Ah yeah, there's a bridge. So most of the fights I'm very tempted to just pump up the flame blast to the maximum size, but most of the, at least the white mobs, all you need is just one or two charges and the mob's full, and that's of course going to be a lot easier. Especially if they move, it makes life a bit easier for you. Or something like a Kango that's just gonna dive on the ground. So just tapping really quickly as a means of just doing damage. It's more efficient. Okay, taking a bit too much damage here. Enemies that are strongly resistant to fire are a little more difficult to deal with. On the other hand, large clump like this, just murder them. It's gonna be alright. And I think there was a fish reflect in there, but I have to admit I didn't even see there was a rare in there. It was just hiding amongst the rest. Okay, and once again we are heading downstairs. That's odd. Well, there's only one way forward, and it does seem to be on a different height or no different area. It doesn't seem to be connected to where we came from, so I suppose it's all alright. The Kaom's dream is gonna be the more difficult of the two dreams. With the Wraeclast dream not having a very strong bias against fire damage. Then of course there's gonna be less mobs that are on average gonna be resistant to what we're trying to do here. But it is nice. Now this way we get the toughest one dealt with. Okay, and Tracy is gone. He's just burning. Oh, another hit. Another hit. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Tracy actually still doing quite some damage to a build like this. Maybe we should just take a step backwards here and reassess our options. Yeah, see, there's multiple rares trying to fight for our attention. Attention they can of course get. But yeah, in the middle of a Triskeriaki fight, maybe not as useful. But despite that, Triskeriaki still is not the boss it used to be. That's I don't know, it feels like a waste, because Triskeriaki, he was truly terrifying, and that was good. Now, I haven't had a single character since then where he actually felt terrifying. Okay, it's in the box, revise nearby mobs with onslaught, sure, so it's just to be faster mobs. Even more of those things, sure. And you. Excellent. And then all we get is 2 scrolls. Sure. Let's see. At some point we will have to get something better than that, but for now I think we're doing pretty okay. Look at that. The Scorching Ray, it does a decent amount of damage. It's pretty slow going. But it's on a totem, it lasts for a while, and the resistance debuff, it just keeps stacking, and that really does help. That effectively does more damage towards the end. Another Kango. No more. And just a whole bunch of those little turtles. Okay, let's take a step backwards because there's too much stuff going on here. Frost barriers on the inward totems, sure, we'll just handle those from distance. They can't explode on me if I shoot them at the edge of my screen. But so knows, we are already filled up. Let's empty our pockets and then move forward. That one. Well, we are down on stones. Might as well just put it in the next series: ambush, warbands, and anarchy. And then we got another warbands lined up after that. Wait, is there a tree in the way? Yeah. So trees, most of the time you can ignore them, but Every once in a while there is a tree that has a tree trunk that is thick enough to actually block your line of sight. And that's annoying. On the current old school minimap we can't of course see which trees are useful and which ones technically don't exist. Luckily in the 3.0 minimap that's a lot better. Yeah, something else. No spoilers or anything, but in the recent beta, the second week beta updates, I think they extended the beta a little bit. I think things are not going as fast as they expected them to, which, well, happens more often. So I think they are pushing the 3.0 launch, at least the time when they think or expect it to launch, from the initial estimate of mid-July. I think it's now going to be pushed to mid-August. At least they pushed it back a couple of weeks. That's a better way of phrasing it. I wonder what the impact is going to be on the Legacy League. If the Legacy League is going to get extended as well, just until the 3.0 launches, or if there's going to be a bit of an odd period in between. Hello there, Seditionist, and we are next to Torch Oak Grove. Oh god, that ghost is going to possess something there, right? Yeah, exactly, I don't want to be here. This is one that we'll have to approach. Be careful. So there are some embezzlers offer or something. Just taking things out one by one. Okay, and yeah, just shoot them at the edge of what we can. Go. Right, doggies, let's not try to attack me, shall we? Oh, the more dogs got close. Okay, we actually did lose one of our golems. Let's recast both of them. And let's try this again. Okay, you. Deadly Rakango, just put everything in your face and then it'll explode. Good, that's one less distraction. Just work our way around the edges here. Wow, Ghost hasn't possessed anyone. That's odd. Why did you not possess the totems? Why is the game freezing? That's not good. Game. Come on, this is not the beta, this is the live version. You're supposed to be stable. Please, remain stable. As I said, please remain stable. What is it? It did jump up to a couple hundred. That's not good. That is most definitely not good. Oh wait, something already possessed it. Dang. Little, yeah, exactly. Was a little golem there. Okay, then have a little bit of a look. Anything in here that looks useful? Nope. It's all the wrong bases. Okay. What is the way forward? This might be a dead end. By the way, there is a strongbox here. Potentially with useful things. Identified items, quality, revives stuff, okay, and caustic clouds. So let's just take a step back. And then explode things for distance. can appreciate exploding things from a distance. Yay, and we got one whole transmutation orb. And indeed this was a dead end. So the way forward is probably gonna be over there. And indeed, big bridge. Followed by another big bridge into Kaom's stronghold. Okay. Got waypoint. Yeah, still good on inventory space. Let's re-summon our golems before we get into any real danger. And let's clear this next room. Is a rare in there. There's that. Okay, and for now let's stick to the right hand wall. See if that leads us to the exit or whether it's gonna lead us in circles, but either way it gives us something to be consistent about. Okay, there's just enough mobs here that it felt like useful to just try to catch as many in a single hit rather than just clicking them one by one. Join the strong box. Ah, yes. Oh, did I accidentally click it? Yeah, I accidentally clicked it. That was completely not my intention. That could potentially have been lethal. Luckily, things worked out alright. Okay, just slowly work my way back to where most of the enemies are, and that was that. And there's one whole Onyx Eminent line for me. Yay. A lot of foes that dealt physical damage, so they tore through the golems. Let's go back to the right hand wall. But there's a rare behind us, let's not leave a rare behind us. These are alive. Corpses are fine, but living ones, less of a fan. Okay, warband ahead. You'd win, at least they're not fire aligned. Helps us a little bit with the resist, or with a lack of resist on their part. And we journey on. Okay, so foes here tend to have a bit of a habit of just ganging up on you and appearing from behind. We did clear them enough behind us now. Okay. Oi. Seriously, keep running away. That's yeah. Dodgy golem. Okay, this looks like the way forward. There's a totem in the back. Let's take that one out. Kill the totem. Take out a lot of the damage. Okay, I did say we'll stick to the right hand wall, but part of me wonders if I'm not just doubling back to where we started. Okay. This is a bit of an odd layout. Just a complete dead side area. I don't recall seeing any of that before. Most of the time it's pretty straightforward, these areas. Ah, there we are. Moving up in the world. That is a good idea. And again, something behind us. Yeah. That lack of obvious resistance penetration is gonna be interesting. Actually, let's correct that. We were using Open Storms to apply Flammability, and we have a fire pen on here, right? No, we don't have fire pen on there. Ah, that explains a thing or two. Fire resistance penetration is very useful against things that are very sturdy, and I think those meteor golems, they have some extra resists, might be, which makes them just more sturdy than anything else. They're kind of fire elementals themselves, so obviously they would be resistant to fire damage. Okay, and then we get our small pass. Yeah, now it starts to look a little more familiar. So we are getting closer and closer to Kaom. Let's keep stepping backwards here, especially because we've got a little bit of a funnel here, so if they come to us, they will be forced to bunch up, and then of course we can hit more of them with a single flame blast. Whereas out in the open, the enemies are at an advantage because they can just dodge. And Salina Pora. Here. Be exploded, please. Thank you. Okay, and then I think it's probably going to be another time to do a quick return to town. And then push forward for the last leg of the journey. From the looks of it, some of these gear pieces have potential to be decent bases. Get rid of a couple of these. We will need them later, but for now, we don't. And up here, we'll just continue the age-old tradition of right-hand wall. We did get a small trailing following from the side, and this was just a side area. Okay. Happens, at least we were consistent. Heavy belt. No wait, 26 strength, that's nearly the lowest roll you can get. It goes up to 35, so those low strength belts, maybe not the greatest in the world. And there is a bridge, but not the bridge, not the bridge to come. Once more. This pathway might be it. Oh, yes! Ah, got him. Well, because we're still playing under the 2.6 rules, of course, the ignites that we deal are going to be way more potent than the regular attacks. And we have reached the caldera of the king, so let's say hello to King Kaom. But before that, let's do a final refreshing of the golems. There we go in.
Another hit for my belt.
Okay, just set you on fire. Okay. Well,
That's what you get for losing your temper, Kaom.
I was just getting started. Silly guy, just goes off and dies after 2 hits. Well, that was King Kaom. He didn't put up as much of a fight as I had expected him to. On the other hand, sometimes it is nice to just get an easy victory rather than one that just nearly kills you. But with that, we have arrived at the end of the episode. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again next time when we go after the Resso. Bye bye.